Hello, welcome back to Kimchi Rednecks, Gingers in Korea. We're in the kitchen because
which is scary.
What do you do, Christy, when you're in Korea and you're craving Cracker Barrel?
I mean, what do you think of when you're like go to Cracker Barrel?
It's the casserole. It's the Hashbrown casserole. I mean, I go to Cracker Barrel for many reasons. I love their meatloaf, but I love their breakfast. Their breakfast is one of my favorite ones. You clearly don't like meatloaf.
I'm like, yeah, I want to.
No, they have fabulous meatloaf.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, maybe I might try it.
That was good meat. I make a fabulous meatloaf, and they make a fabulous meatloaf.
Okay.
Yeah.
They make good chicken and dumplings too.
I'm not a huge fan of chicken and dumplings, but okay, I'll trust you on that. Actually, most of the things they make are pretty darn good. So when you're in Korea and you're missing Cracker Barrel, what do?
You make homemade?
You call Melissa, and Melissa makes your breakfast.
She's like, I have a recipe. I was like, all right, so you're making that again.
This morning, the recipe that you're going to get is my recipe for the Hashbrown casserole. However, this morning, I'm going to be making a full-on breakfast. So we are having bacon, we are having French toast, and Hashbrown casserole. So we are going to get our casserole prepped first, because it's got to cook in the oven for about 45 minutes. Christy's dying now.
I made a smart move. I ate breakfast before breakfast.
Well, I mean, this is brunch-ish lunch.
Brunch. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can have breakfast any time of the day.
To be fair, we would have started a little bit earlier, but the dogs really wanted to walk, so we had to oblige. I mean, when Minion looks at you with those eyes.
Mm-hmm. She lured me over with food, but said, "Oh, we're
hey, while you're here, we're gonna walk the dogs first." Smart move. See, if you feed her, she will come.
Yep.
That's my plan. So we're gonna grate some cheese. I'm gonna chop some onion really quick, and then we'll be right back. All right, so Christy is going to start grating some cheese. Actually, she has been grating some cheese for our casserole. One of the things I like to do for our casserole is the onion that we put in it, I like it a little caramelized. So I've got a little bit of butter in this little teeny pan over here, and we are going to put some onion in there with a little bit of salt and pepper and caramelize it, but that's kind of boring, so we're not even going to bother showing you that. Christy has an obsession with onions.
I love onion.
All right,
you like onion too.
I do love onion. We have caramelized our onions. I'll throw up a picture of that. Most people know how to do that, but a little bit of butter, a little bit of salt and pepper. Cook them until they're the translucent, but also maybe a little bit of brown. If you like them a little bit darker brown, it's also okay. It's your choice, but we went with lighter brown.
I could probably eat those with a spoon.
So, ingredients. We have 30 ounces of shredded hash browns. These are in your freezer section. We have thawed those, so if you want to dump those in that bowl, Christy. So we've got half a cup of butter here. We're going to throw that in the microwave and melt that.
I mean, that smells so good.
You're obsessed with that.
I could do that on like a perfume. I don't know that anybody else would like it.
I don't think anybody else would be like into that. We have 1 can of cream of chicken.
Cream of chicken.
I like to put my liquidy or like other stuff like sauce, we'll call this sauce, separate so I can mix that all together before I mix it into the potatoes. It just makes life a little bit easier.
What she's really saying is she loves doing dishes.
Oh, this is not a dish. What are you talking about?
Oh, now you have 2 bowls.
She's acting like I ain't gonna make her do dishes sometime. 1 pint of sour cream.
Yeah, I would have never thought all of this, like cream of chicken and sour cream would have been in this. You have made this recipe before.
Multiple times.
Okay.
It was a staple in my household for a long time. I haven't made it recently, but still a staple.
I am excited because when I go to Cracker Barrel, I usually get 2 servings of Hashbrown casserole.
Do you know that they've changed it up a bit now?
Really?
Yes. It's weird because when I was in the States, they changed it. Like, you can get it with bacon. You can get.
Oh, yeah.
There's versions of it now. There didn't used to be.
I did remember that because I had it, I believe, I had it right before I left. Because,
Yeah, you've had it relatively recent too.
Yes.
Still good.
Yeah. Oh, so good. I just like it plain Jane. And then my friend always got the apples in the Hashbrown casserole. I'm like, just give me 2 servings of that Hashbrown casserole.
All right, so then we've got that stick of butter that's melted. I don't melt mine all the way. It's not really necessary as long as it's going to actually be able to meld with everything, which this should do just fine.
Well, and then you run the risk of burning the butter if you...
Basically.
Yeah, that's my worst nightmare. That and milk burnt.
burnt
milk.
butter and burnt milk are her worst nightmare, guys. You got that, right? The rest of us have other nightmares, but hers.
First world problems, right?
All right, so I'm gonna grind some pepper here.
I love these little grinders. I really do need to get me one, but
Didn't I send you the link?
I think you did, but Glenn would be like, really?
Does he cook as often as you do? So we've got about a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and we'll put about the same of salt. That just makes my life easier.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna whisk these ingredients together.
Interesting. Almost looks like a vanilla pudding. I don't.
The worst vanilla pudding ever.
It wouldn't taste like a vanilla pudding.
I'm gonna throw in our onions.
The onions almost get me as excited as the raw carrot cake batter.
She's over there like, I'll taste it. Please don't taste this, okay? This isn't gonna taste good until it's cooked.
Yeah.
All right, so now with cheese, let me tell you guys my theory on cheese. I can give you an amount of cheese that I like, but that doesn't mean it's the amount of cheese that you would like. So the least amount of cheese that you would want to put is 2 cups. The least.
Yeah, but
That's just 2 cups. And we have Colby and we also have cheddar. So we're going to do a Colby Jack. This is a Colby Jack and Colby mix. So we're going to do about half of that here.
So how did you pick
Half of that there.
the cheeses, or is this just kind of
It's
what you like?
what tastes good together.
Okay.
So mix this up.
Oh gosh, that's got to be good.
It's going to be really good. As Chuck said, it's potatoes.
Yeah,
How could it be bad?
that's very true.
Potatoes and cheese, and onions,
Does he like onions? Okay.
does he like onion? All right, so now, I know I have 2 bowls. We're just going to deal. So, we're going to add that in here.
Oh, this is such a weird concoction. It smells amazing.
She's like, I just want to taste it, but I know it's not going to taste right until it's cooked.
Yeah,
All right,
no.
we want to preheat our oven, Christy, to 350.
Okay.
Because it is not preheated yet.
What the heck?
I know, you fell down on the job.
350?
350. And you can't get good help these days, guys. I'm telling you. She expects me to cook
We're good
everything.
friends.
I have to cook everything. I have to clean everything.
The dog walking. I'm getting compensation for that.
Really? That's what you think? All right, so we're just going to mix all this in with our hash browns.
I would not think that this would be the way. I'm very interested to see.
You basically want to make sure that the sauce that we created is basically covering everything in here, because that's going to be all your good. Or as Chuck and I like to refer to shit as, it's the good.
Now I'd be very interested because I kind of forgot. I mean, not forgot what the hash brown casserole tastes like, but to try this recipe and get a piece of hash brown casserole as well and do a side-by-side tasting to see. But we're not doing that here in Korea.
You ain't getting that here in Korea. All right, I'm putting just a little bit of the cheddar in with this just because I really like cheese.
So
and if Christy
cheesy.
doesn't like cheese, then she can leave.
Well, luckily I do like cheese.
I pretty much knew that already. All right, let's make sure. All right, so
Oh, that smells so good.
Christy, would you like to do the honors of spraying the pan?
You're really giving me the hard job.
I'm making her work hard today. Christy gonna be like, can I just get the written recipe later?
Oh, I'm definitely.
All right, so then we are in a 9x13 going to layer that in.
Yeah, it smells very good.
My game plan is always just to get it in the bowl and then I will put it into its form. I don't want to leave anything in the bowl. Christy, you don't want to lick this later.
I know.
She's thinking about it though.
I could taste it in its raw form. I don't really want to taste the bacon in the raw form though.
Yeah.
Might be.
You also don't want to taste French toast in its raw form.
Yeah, no.
So I'm just going to smooth this down so it's actually hitting all the edges. It doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be in here. but also making sure it's compacted all the way down because you want it to cook evenly.
I didn't realize that hash brown casserole was so wet. Like,
because so you have to remember what you're getting when you get there is a casserole that's been cooked already. So it's a little bit more dry.
It's probably cooked and then reheated.
It's cooked and then it's reheated, probably on a griddle, possibly
the microwave.
other ways, but we're just going to be kind and say griddle. So I'm topping ours. Not that it needs a topping, but it's getting a topping.
Does the one from, I don't know, do they come with the cheese topping? I can't.
No.
Okay.
No, but ours does because it's, I mean, if you can make it slightly better than Cracker Barrel, then you just should. These are things you learn over time, Christy. If you can just improve upon a recipe, you just do it. So, more cheese is never a bad thing.
I agree.
Unless you're lactose intolerant, then I'm really sorry. Just a skitch of pepper here.
This corner didn't get any pepper.
It's fine. Oh, you want a little pepper there?
Yeah.
All right. Better?
Yeah.
And small dusting of salt. And yes, it got enough salt.
Well, no, I don't want it overly salty either. So.
Yes. All right. So we're going to put it in the oven once it heats up at 350. And then it cooks for 45 to 55 minutes. But I'm going to get started on our bacon. So we're back. Christy's playing with eggs. So we're going to start the French toast. Not that you need my recipe. This is just a simple French toast recipe. So we're going to crack 4 eggs into the bowl.
I'm going to try to do it one-handed.
All right.
Oh.
And she got shell in there.
Okay, is it like a tiny bit of shell?
It is a tiny bit, but it's in there. We got to get that out. I'm not eating that in my French toast.
It adds a little extra flavor.
I don't like that flavor in my French toast. It's a little too crunchy. All right, that's 2.
I don't know if that was eggshell or not. We'll just get it out of there just to be on the safe side.
So for French toast, it's basically a simple recipe. You do eggs, milk, a little bit of sugar, a touch of salt, and vanilla. Mine always has vanilla.
Vanilla butter.
Well, yeah. So for this, I'm actually, instead of doing milk, I'm going to do half and half. We'll wait for Christy.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. You're good.
Okay.
So I'm just going to pour. Oh, you want to pour? Or are you going to hold my hand to pour? Okay. That's good.
Perfect.
So it's kind of like you pour with feeling. Like it's enough. So maybe that's about a 1/4 cup. Maybe a half. It's probably a 1/4. That's our last piece of bacon done. So you're going to have to whip that a little faster. Yeah, you got to get in there and whip that egg. Whip that egg, Christy. Whip it. Whip it good.
This yolk doesn't want to break.
Our butter vanilla is literally just going to be a splash. That was a long splash, just FYI.
I mean, but is there still...
So I don't put salt in mine or sugar because I use butter vanilla. But also today we are having Amaretto French Toast, which means we're going to pour some Amaretto in. And we're looking at probably about a 1/2 cup is I think what I usually end up pouring. So,
so good though.
I pour it till I can smell it. Just a little bit more.
Oh, it smells so good.
Okay, so Christy's happy. It smells now.
And the good cinnamon, right?
Yeah, the good cinnamon is on it.
On it, that's right.
But let me go grab that before you have a conniption fit on me. Our hash brown casserole is still doing just fine. All right, so that's our basic French toast.
Look at that loveliness. It says it's got 16 minutes left. Oh yeah, look at that. We are back with Melissa with the bacon press.
So Christy had never seen a bacon press before, so she was a little bit alarmed, like, what are you doing, when I pulled those out when I was cooking bacon on the griddle. So the bacon press, for those of you who don't know, is literally to help flatten your bacon down so that it cooks very evenly. And as you can see by our bacon, it cooks pretty evenly.
Nice crispy bacon.
Yeah, so.
Boy, we just pulled this bad boy from the oven.
You a little bit excited about that, Christy?
Oh, so excited. And Melissa is starting on the French toast. I like putting it on there with a little bit of that bacon grease left because then it kind of, you know.
It's the way to do it.
Yes. Oh, and that amaretto smell.
She's like, the amaretto is the best. I mean, anything with my mom and my nephew would tell you anything with amaretto, and I agree. That's when my nephew turned 21. while I was in the States, I asked him what he wanted for his birthday, and all he wanted was Di Serono. And I was like, done.
You're like, that's a good thing to want.
Like, I got you, boo. You 21. You tell me what you drinking, and I'll buy it.
Well, yeah, so this better tastes good because it is almost 1:30, and this woman hasn't fed me yet.
Girl, I haven't had anything to eat all day.
Yeah, I did.
You
good.
had something.
Yes,
I've had nothing.
I knew better. Look, I see. I know you so well. I knew better to eat before I came over here.
Well,
yeah.
You say this like I'm feeding you bad food. I mean, like I required you to wash dishes.
Yeah,
or do any of the cleaning, really.
I've just been on the trash duty.
Which apparently is harder than the cooking duty. Isn't that what you said earlier?
Yeah, or cleaning.
Yeah. Questions about this. Maybe I should get the shit cinnamon out instead of the good cinnamon.
Yeah, we have the good cinnamon.
It's the organic Vietnamese cinnamon.
It is pretty
Or as
fabulous.
the Chuck goes, why the heck are we paying extra for this?
They're like, because it's amazing.
Look at May May. She says, we don't ask questions.
You can tell.
The only question is where is our tweet?
I said, excuse me. Yeah, we're sitting all pretty.
Minnie Moo. You ate breakfast, Minnie. Come on.
You want a treat?
All right.
Hi, sweetheart.
May May.
Hi.
Cookie Sue. I said Minnie Moo's. Oh, do you want me to break it? She doesn't like her food too big. So, I can't believe you made me crumble that for you. Come on, boo-boo. She does want it. Sometimes she doesn't like the smell of whatever's in my hand at the time.
May said, excuse me.
Yeah, she wants it. That's hers. Let her have hers. Let her have hers. Come here. You're going to have another. She's like, I don't want to be on film for this.
She said, I'm camera shy. But yeah, so this has come out, and we're getting this now.
There you go, baby.
The flipping has started.
It's the first flip.
The first of many.
Nah. It's basically a flip and then reflip to
Do cinnamon.
check the color, make sure the color is where I want it, and then add the cinnamon as well.
So we've decided if I'm manning the camera and trying to eat that
It's a bad thing.
it's all over the place.
Christy's camera skills are not as good as Chuck's and I. Apparently, we're a little more patient.
If there's food in front of me, I'm eating.
Christy's like, okay, now we need to get you on camera eating behind camera,
And the camera's
like,
woo! I try to check it.
She tried, man. She tried. We'll give you props for trying. Now, clearly, Christy and I are not eating all of this French toast. So I need to get another plate for that.
That's what she thinks. We're eating all of that French toast, all of this,
Girl.
and all of this bacon.
Girl, Chuck says if you eat all the hash brown casserole, you done.
Uh-oh. I don't want to be done.
Yeah, you don't want
I'll
to
be cut off.
You'll be cut off. Especially since he thought I was having lunch with him today.
Because this was supposed to be breakfast, but it turned into lunch. But, So he's like, what's the lunch plan? And you're like,
He should know that I don't want to, he should just know that half the time breakfast is brunch.
Yeah.
Sometimes
and sometimes
lunch.
And this is even a late lunch.
Hell,
so.
you're lucky it's not dinner.
I did joke about that, so.
I had stuff to do today. I had laundry that hasn't been done because I've been out playing with Christy, and the doggies needed lovies, and May May needed snuggles. I mean, look at that face. How can you not snuggle that face?
Oh.
What do you got on your face, boo-boo?
Did everything.
Let me see.
But yeah, we will be back when we get to cutting this bad boy. All right. The moment we've been waiting for. Oh my goodness.
So, like I told you, this is going to be wetter. We added a lot more cheese.
Okay.
If you're looking for exactly like theirs,
They would need to set and...
It needs to sit for a while and then you come back to it. But our plan was for ooey gooey cheesy goodness, and we're hungry.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that smells so good.
And the original recipe that I got this from used a 32-ounce bag of hash browns, but we didn't have a 32-ounce, so we could have used some more potato, which would have covered some of that. But
That's quite all right.
I don't think you're going to be disappointed.
Oh my gosh, that smells so good.
Okay, maybe you are going to be disappointed. Because it just smells good. It doesn't taste good. It needs to sit for a while longer to kind of ferment, like bring itself together.
But we're really hungry.
But yeah, I've made you wait long enough.
Yes.
So it's time to eat. Are you ready, Christy? She's already eating bacon. I asked her if she's ready. She's already eating. The bacon is good.
So I put some butter on my French toast. You did not.
I do not. I don't put anything except syrup on it.
Bacon is good. Low sodium bacon.
Who knew low sodium bacon could be good?
I was like, if it comes with less sodium, we might as well. All right. Since I feel like the hash brown casserole was the main event,
It is.
I feel like we probably should go ahead and get in here and have a bite. It definitely looks
they didn't
like
come here for the bacon.
I'm gonna get a little cheese topper.
So again, if you want it to be a little more consistent, you can use less of the ingredients that I used. That's your choice. My personal preference, more cheese.
That is so good. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the real reason why this is a little bit less consistent than Cracker Barrel is because it hasn't sat out for a long time, but also because I put extra cheese in.
Which we were saying, Cracker Barrel has a cost. So they're not like extra cheese. They're like, hey, this is the recipe. This is the recipe we follow. They're not putting a cheese topper or anything on that.
And they probably put a few more potato in then because that's cheaper.
That is so good though. So good.
So what you're saying is you no longer miss Cracker Barrel?
No, this has done it for me.
I mean, I can't, well, technically Chuck can make you chicken and dumplings.
Really?
Yeah, Chuck is good at chicken and dumplings. She's over here like, oh my God, what do you guys do? Just like make everything?
I don't know. My husband's going away for 5 weeks on a business trip. So
she's going to move in.
Yeah. I'll just have to go home to check on the boys once a day. No, twice. They eat morning and night.
You got to sleep there too, you know.
No.
You can take the spare room.
I'm moving in. I'll be like, boys, you're on your own for this month and a half.
Do you want trash duty? Or dishes or laundry?
I'll do trash duty. That sounds like the easiest.
That basically means I'm still stuck with the laundry and the dishes.
And now you'll have to do my laundry too.
Oh, jeez.
And cook for me.
I quit. I'm moving.
She's like, nope. Oh, this is so good. I love the cheese topping too. It's like crispy. Now, everybody's favorite part of a lasagna. Let's be real. There's no line.
Lasagna, mac and cheese. Yeah.
It's the cheese topping on it. So, this is just fabulous.
So I did not disappoint you?
No, not at all.
Even though it's not exactly...
It's in the same family. I could have had more onion in it, to be honest.
It could have had more. Actually, I think it would be good with bell pepper in it, too.
Ooh, yeah.
I didn't want to stray too far into my own categories. I had already done so with the cheese because I was adding more cheese.
Oh, yeah. Sauteing the onion before caramelizing it, that was a good idea.
I find, like, even if you're making any type of thing that's going in the oven, that doesn't necessarily require you to have your pepper and onion already cooked. For example, meatloaf, even though you don't love it. I saute my onion and pepper before I put my meatloaf together.
Okay.
Because it does it. So if you don't do it, your peppers tend to be crunchy, which isn't bad. But the fact that everything else isn't, I don't really want that extra texture there. I use my texture in other ways on that. So yeah. It just to me tastes better. Plus, I really like a good sauteed onion and pepper.
Oh yeah. All right, so Melissa made this for me last week, I believe. So we're gonna go ahead and
see if I can still make French toast.
We'll see.
It's been a week.
What do they call that when it's the same? The consistency of it.
This is true. Can I repeat my success from the first time? That is what Christy wants to know.
Yep, you nailed it.
Christy's over here sending like snaps to people back in the States going, I'm eating Amaretto French Toast. And they're like, where do you get that? She's like, oh, you get your friend to make it.
Yeah. Like, I didn't even have to leave. Well, I did leave my house. But
I left my house, but she probably would have made it at my house if I'd have asked.
Yeah.
She just had a lot of stuff to bring over.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, this is so
And if
good.
you'll just buy all the things I'm telling you to buy, I can come over and cook at your house.
You might have to bring your griddle though.
You're not buying a griddle? Come on, girl.
I love, we're such different people with how you cut all the way into.
I've always done that. I don't know why.
I cut mine like a steak.
Just one piece at a time.
I love maple and bacon.
Was it worth the wait?
Oh my gosh, so worth the wait. I'm about to have you pass me another portion of that over
I
here.
could totally do that. I'm just trying to get all my French toast eaten before I do that. Because I really want another bite too.
Oh my gosh, so good.
All right, y'all. We're going to eat.
This time I didn't have to hold the camera and eat though, because that would have been.
We hungry. Yeah. So, like, subscribe, do the internet thing. I'm totally talking with my mouth full because we're hungry.
I'm pretty sure that was me the whole time.
I have 3 dogs staring at me who are also on food. Do you see that? All eyes on us.
Are Minion's eyes open?
Yes, and May is just staring at us from the banana over
May
there.
is like hardcore.
May is the best audience member always. Minion's pretty good too, but Mayhem, she's always very in tune when we're in the kitchen.
She's like, can you please give me that food in my mouth?
Love you, babies. All right, so like, subscribe. Tell us in the comments if you want to see other things that Christy and I should cook that will make us feel like we're at home.
We're gonna do macarons.
Christy's totally down for anything that will make us feel like we're at home. We're also doing IKEA Swedish meatballs.
Oh yes, yes. Oh,
That's
yes.
happening. That is in the works. That's in the plans. Yeah. So, like, subscribe, do the internet thing. We'll see you guys next time. Eat your own food.